Hello, thank you for coming. Glad you can join me. I'm going to get to the reading. Get roped. The bowline is a knot you can trust. You pull it and it just gets tighter. Joe Toth. How to tie a bowline knot. Step 1. Eyeball where you would like your knot. The bowline knot makes a big no-slip loop at the end of a rope, perfect for, say, tying a boat to a pier or a tire swing to a tree. If you're not sure how big you would like your loop, start 2 feet from the loose end of your rope. Make sure the loose end of the rope is on your right and the long end is on your left. Step 2. Make a rabbit hole. Flip the loose end of the rope over the long end of the rope to make a tiny loop, and hold the loop still by pinching it between your finger and forefinger and thumb. The tail or loose end of the rope should be dangling on the right side. Let's call that your rabbit. Step 3. Run the rabbit. Using the right hand, pass the rabbit, aka the very tip of the loose end of the rope, not the whole thing, up through the rabbit hole, under and around the tree, aka the long side of the rope, and then back down through the rabbit hole. Step 4. Tighten your knot by gripping the rabbit along with the nearest side of the resulting large loop in one hand and long end of the rope in the other. Pull in opposite direction. Booyah! More handy tips. This knot's a tricky one to pronounce. To say it properly, unleash your inner hick and say the word bowling. Did you drop the G? Bowling. If so, you're pronouncing it perfectly. To adjust your knot, pull the slack in either direction and tighten. To untie a bowline, just fold the loop forward and it'll magically loosen. Practice tying this knot on its own and also around an object, like a tree or even your own hips. Practice tying this knot on its own and also around an object like a tree or even your own hips. This person really liked tying things up. Joe Toth. Let's go to the next one. I won't leave on that note. And plus I got a little time to spare. Know your kingdom. You learn how to look down at the ground in the woods. Even pigeons leave tracks. You got to know how to read the clues. If you don't know how to read the clues, you won't get the message. Bill Holloman. How to read animal tracks. Step 1. Open your eyes unless you're looking for prehistoric fossilized tracks. You're not going to find very many clues on rocks or rock-hard surfaces. The ground gets softer, the better the tracks. They're golden if you happen to be on a riverbank, a muddy trail, a sand dune, or snowy path. Step 2. Use your head. Before you start the real detective work, consider which animals you know or suspect living nearby. Yeah, creep on the animals. For example, unless you live in the tundra, those big footprints in your backyard will more than likely belong to the neighbor's dog than a grizzly bear. While you're at it, keep your eyes peeled for other contextual clues. Look for nearby habitats such as nests, dams, etc., fur and feathers, as well as other signs of life like, well, poop. Step 3, study the footprints. If the tracks have crisp edges, they're fresh. If the edges are worn or crumbled, or if there are debris in the tracks, they're old. Take note of the length, width, and depth to get an idea of the animal's size. Determine whether the animal has 2 or 4 feet, and check the distance between the strides to help understand its speed. The farther apart, the faster he was going or she was going. Finally, count toes on each foot and look closely for claw marks to help identify what kind of beastie passed through and which way he or she was going. Common tracks in ascending order based on the number of toes. Deer normally have 2 toes. Look for upside down heart about 2 to 3 inches long with line between each half. Other possibilities are moose, elk. Appropriate reaction if you spot the animal, get your camera. Mountain lion, 4 toes. Count 4 toes on each print, plus a heel pad, which 2 lobes on the front edge and 3 on the back of the edge. Tracks will be about 3 to 4 inches wide, and the front paws will be larger than the rear. Retractable claws, meaning no nail marks, will be visible. Other possibilities are bobcat. Appropriate reaction if you spot the animal. Well, if he spotted you, freak out on him. More specifically, make your bigger and louder. Pinny, shh, Pinny. More specific. I gotta get that. Sorry. Have a good day.